love up here. And I love the vibe and I love the energy. But a lot of great things came out of the reparations hearing today. They're moving forward with the main proposals of an apology and payments. So they're going to move forward with the apology and payment proposal that they're going to submit to the governor. So things are moving along. Things are really moving along with the reparations task force here. And a lot of interesting things is going down today at the reparations task force. A lot of very interesting things. Got to give some recaps. I put up a clip of me speaking. I was like the 26th speaker. You had to get there kind of early to get your ticket to speak. And, it kind of runs out fast. And a lot of people like what I had to say. I got cut off, right around the 2 minute mark. And a lot of people wanted me to keep going because I was just getting warmed up. And what's interesting, a lot of the folks who were plebiscite battling, they'll let them speak forever. I noticed that. There was a lot of interesting things going on up here. The people who kind of babbled and kind of talked reckless, it seemed like they gave them 4 or 5 minutes. But a lot of the brothers and sisters who were talking some real truth to power, just really, really articulating the points that needed to be articulated, it seemed like many of them and us were getting cut off right at that 2 minute mark. But we did what we had to do. What's up, Brother Marcel? I see you. But some interesting things up at the task force. One thing I noticed in the audience today, it was loaded with disruptors. You had ops and disruptors in there like crazy. I think this was one of the, if I'm not mistaken, it was the last day for the public hearings, from what I understand. Am I correct, family? I want to say that this was the last day for the public hearing. So I think they really amped it up with putting ops in there. There were a lot of ops in there today. People just heckling and just blurting out reckless stuff, really going out of their way to try to disrupt the momentum and the conversation on some real goofball stuff. And the great thing was most of the brothers and sisters there were so codified that really didn't affect things too much. People still stayed on their square. Everybody still stayed on code. I guess so many people there are used to it and they kind of figured, that's going to come with the territory. There's going to be some ops around. There's going to be some agents around. So the brothers and sisters, I take my hat off to them. They knew how to handle themselves around obvious agents and ops. They just they didn't give it that energy. They just let it roll off and they just kept focus. That's a master class up here in Oakland on how to stay focused when you're surrounded by ops. Because I'm telling you, it was clearly paid provocateurs in there. I mean, just doing some of the most silliest, nonsensical stuff you can imagine. And some were getting put out, just blurting out shit, and they had to call security to put some of the people out. It was real blatant and obvious. And again, our brothers and sisters stayed focused on what they needed to speak on, and that was a good thing. Do we have anybody here who is up in the town today? And I have a lot of white people in here. What's going on with the white people in here? A lot of white people in the room. So I guess y'all want to hear about the reparations too, because I've seen a lot of when they put up the clip of me and it went viral of me talking about reparations. I saw a lot of Mayo tears in there where people are upset about us really pushing the envelope forward to get reparations. See, now it's not as funny as it used to be. See, now the trolling don't work no more because now we're the reparations conversation and the reparations proposals. They're pushing these things forward. So now this is kind of wiping the smiles off a lot of people's faces. Now you ain't cacan and kikiing no more because we're so codified and we're on our square again. Yeah, you throwing your agents our way, that's not working no more. That's why if enough people are on code, all of that other stuff is going to be inconsequential. Let's get Q in here real quick. Let's get Q. I remember your name from the other day, Q. What's up, Q?
Yo, peace, brother. What's going on with you?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind, Q?
So I just wanted to touch on something I was interested. I want to speak on another space, well, first of all, congratulations. Not necessarily congratulations, but thank you for speaking on reparations today
No doubt.
and doing that in a codified manner for one. But I wanted to get your opinion on Raowa and the racial holy war, and that whole concept.
Oh yeah.
And kind of what we're in right now.
Oh yeah.
Touch on that, peace, brother.
Oh yeah. Thank you, brother. Yeah, we're in the middle of Rahowa, and we talked about that. I've been talking about Rahowa since like Hidden Colors 2 or 3, one of them. But Rahowa, I'm short for racial holy war. This is something that the white supremacists they've launched on us. We're in Rahowa right now. We're in the middle of a racial holy war, as we see with our brother Jordan Neely getting lynched and other cases similar to that. We are in a racial holy war. They look at that as a form of warfare. You understand? They look at killing an innocent, unarmed black person. That's a win, even though the person is a soft target. That's a win for the racial holy war. We have to look at it in those terms. So really going back and forth with these white supremacists about the details of it, their job is to waste your time, because ultimately they're going to trump everything with "I'm white and I say so." The murder of our brother Jordan, and they're turning up in New York, by the way. New York, they were turning up heavy on the subways today, kind of disrupting the flow of the trains and all that. They're turning up. So, they're trying to produce justice. But we have to understand that the white supremacists think in order for them to survive, they have to subjugate us. So they have to wage this covert war against us and then act like they're not doing it. You understand what I'm saying? And we better understand that the right and the left are involved in this war. Remember, with Jordan Neely being killed, the Republicans and the Democrats and the liberal media, all of them were protecting the suspected white supremacists who did it. Don't ever forget that. They were protecting him, not putting his name out there, and all of them have the same talking points about that brother. They're blaming the brother for his own death and protecting the suspected white supremacists who did it. So understand that it's a bipartisan issue. Let's get Soul Child. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Tariq? I was actually sitting behind you at the reparations meeting. I think a lot of people need to focus on being more objective than emotional.
Yeah.
When people start emotional, you see what happened at that meeting today. People getting kicked out, and I don't know, people just crashing out and whatnot. So I appreciate you speaking. I didn't get a chance to speak.
Now, had you been to some of the other meetings before?
No, I have not.
Okay, but yeah, as you saw today, it was weird. It was, they were crashing the hell out, and you can tell they were clearly sent in paid agents to do that stuff, because some of the shit they were doing was just so forced and contrived. It didn't even make any sense. Some of the stuff people were blurting out and them having to get thrown out like that. Well, we had I don't know what happened to Soul. There you go, Soul.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, people I don't know, people just mentioning like the Jordan Neely stuff instead of how much we should be getting and what Pacific tangibles we should be getting. They were just talking about symbolism, like the guy who made the hashtag Black Lives Matter. He was up there, he was talking about we don't need cash, we need education and reform, and he was just babbling.
Right.
Just babbling.
Yeah. And what's funny, the people who were babbling, they let them talk forever, man. I'm like, damn, when are they gonna wrap this shit up? And the minute we start talking and just getting to the point, okay, thank you so much, your time is up. I'm like, damn. So, but we got our point across, though. Everybody who was thorough really got their point across, so that was a good thing. But anyway, but thank you so much. So, yeah. We were ready, psychologically ready for some of the BS that was gonna pop off. Let's get Roger, and then we'll get Catherine in here. Roger?
Tariq, what's going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, Roger. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Two quick things. I actually came out to LA last week and I came to the Hidden History Museum, and I just want to say it's a beautiful spot, my brother. Thank you so much for um, building that and just, allowing us to come see that and just be a part of that.
Yo, I
And
appreciate that. I appreciate it.
yeah, for sure. To everybody that's in the room, please go to LA and check that out, man. That's a beautiful thing. My second thing is, are there any other reparations hearings going around the country, or is it just in Oakland right now?
This is the only one I know that's happening now, and I think that was the last one. So all the recommendations and all the proposals about to be submitted now. So, we're going to see what the outcome is going to be. And I think some of the other states might have some reparations proposals, but it's some jive ass reparations. It's like it's that housing voucher in the form of It's not even real reparations. So some of those stuff they're like jokes. So all eyes are on California right now because we really made sure that the language was right. We made sure that the lineage based reparations was going to be prioritized. It was all about lineage based, and we made sure that it was all going is going to be about cash payments. All of this other stuff, education and hugs and all that shit. No, we let people know that it's going to be about reparations in the form of cash, specifically the foundation of Black Americans. So we made them get the language right in California. So all eyes are on California because what goes on in California, so goes the nation. So everybody's looking at what's going on out here. So we had to really be on top of things. But thank you so much, brother. Catherine, let me get Catherine in here.
Greetings, Brother Tariq. This is Catherine from Memphis, Tennessee. I have a question for you. I'm feel like I'm all over the place. Like I don't know which way to go about the reparations because it seems like if you go into the Twitter space or any meeting, it is a lot of babbling, or I'd say hijacking the reparations talk to get to the point. And even like when I heard when you spoke today, they cut you so short.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there, of course, but I was trying to find out. And then the other thing here in Memphis, they have agreed to do a study, and the company that they're hiring, I believe, is going to be white. So it's like the reparations money is going to white people.
Mm. Well, see, that's why on the grassroots, everybody has to be codified, and there has to be enough codified people on the grassroots to make sure you guys are going to push the message and legitimize or delegitimize the commission, because that's the important thing. The grassroots are the ones who's going to be able to legitimize the task force. So if they get a white company out there to try to push reparations and they're on some BS, the grassroots has to delegitimize them. Like out here in California, people have to remember when they had the task force initially, this task force was on some bullshit. We on the grassroots held that ass to the fire and made them get all the language right, because we would delegitimize them if they were not going to get the language right. So it's still all on the grassroots. We have to understand the power that we have on the grassroots. We can legitimize something or delegitimize it. And the thing is, what they do, they get fake grassroots people. They'll sprinkle some people out there who act like they're grassroots. So we have to understand who's who and who's ops and who's um, the people who are coming in to infiltrate. So that's why it's very important for people on the ground to know who's who, to look at everybody's paperwork. So when people are acting as spokespersons, you know whether they are legit or not legit. All right. But thank you so much,
Thank
beloved.
you. Thank you.
And because another thing, you got people, and I found out this today, there were some people who were at the reparations thing who was low key clicked in with in Cobra, but they're acting like grassroots. And there was some weird shit that went down today at the reparations thing. Some real weird stuff that popped up. Let me get see how the West was saved. I think that's your name. So there was some real weird stuff going on. What's up, bro?
Hi. So first, I just want to say thanks for coming out today. I think,
Thank you.
like you just said, how goes the nation, right? California is going to lead the way, but I think what we really need to do in this next moment is take the recommendations that the task force is bringing forward and push a federal case. I think that's going to help us in the long term, just so we're not going state by state, locality by locality. But what California is doing is basically doing the groundwork. So we have the evidence that we need to go ahead and prepare this case for the federal and state governments, right? And I
Yeah.
want to say one more thing. I think that black tax, this is what I'm really trying to push right now. At the bare minimum, we should be withholding a portion of our black taxes into a secure trust account. And I do want to say for LA, because you are in LA too, I
Hmm.
think that we need to withdraw our predominantly black neighborhoods into incorporated townships. We've just given away too much to this system, right? Like sports, science, and all these different things. And I think collectively, we absolutely have enough power to reposition ourselves and recycle our own money, our own funds, and all those type of things within our own systems. And we really just need to start looking at that. But I think our next step needs, when the recommendations come from the task force, go ahead and bring forward a case against the federal government. They've been convicted, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, good recommendations. Thank you so much, beloved. All right. Let's get Magic Dragon.
Greetings, Brother Tariq, and all my FBA family.
How are you, Magic?
First, I'm doing good, brother. Just happy to be here. And I wanted to just say a couple of things real quick. One, thank you for your solidarity. I've been following you since the first Hidden Colors, and I got nothing but love and respect for everything you do, and I'm behind you 1,000%. And the other thing I wanted to say is my grandfather is Charlie Parker, and I do want to get in contact with you as soon as possible about some contributions I can make to the Hidden History Museum.
Oh, wow. That would be great. So your grandfather was Charlie Parker?
Yes, sir. My daddy was his firstborn.
Wow. So the bird. Wow.
Yes,
Wow. Wow.
yes, sir.
Yeah, we got to talk. Yeah, we
Yes,
got to
sir.
talk. Yeah,
My email is
email.
on my page.
Okay, cool. We're gonna talk. I would love to talk to you about that. That's what's up. The jazz great Charlie Parker. All right. Let's get Weldon. Let's get Weldon in here. What's going on, Weldon? Let's get Weldon, and then we're gonna get Mike in here. Weldon, then Mike.
Hey man, thanks, dude. Wow, man. Thank you so much for coming out here and just representing, man. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, man, I mean, it's just, and then we need this reparations, man, because everybody's getting everything except for us. We are not getting
Yeah.
anything. I mean, the Latinos, the Asians, I mean, and the thing that pissed me off about this Asian bill, dude, is like, wait a minute, we made, I mean, we basically buy everything out of their stores, especially the hair weaves and all that ish. You know what I mean? And then,
Yeah.
and also, it's like, come on, man, come on. We've got to. I mean, we got to do better, man. We just, and then those clowns out there, all in costume and saying that all Black Lives Matter. And brother, thank you so much for coming out. I'm just, yeah, and man, I've got
Yeah.
all of your series. I mean, dude, I'm like, it's a mind blowing thing that we're getting this. I'm mad at the old Negroes who haven't. I mean, they could have gave us this money a long time ago, but they just said, "Oh, we all want to get along. We all chasing white Becky." All this other stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, man. I get a little land you playing. Thank you. But I feel you, brother. Thank you so much. Let me get Mike in.
Hey, how you doing, brother Tariq?
I'm good, Mike. What's on your mind, bro?
Hey, a lot, man. I've been following you for a while, man. I got banned from Twitter, and I got back in. Um, I'm definitely respecting the reparations. I'm just really concerned for the safety of us, man. It's a lot of covert things that are being under wraps. I served 5 years in the military. Um, I've seen and I've heard some things, and I just want to make it known when we talk and we make these notions. I think of the brother that followed Farrakhan, and he died back in 2001. His rhetoric was very extreme, and I think if we don't have anything to protect us, man, I think the words really won't deem strong. I don't know if people are really feeling where I'm coming from. I just feel for the safety of us. I think that all of us need to focus on getting our weapons. I'm in Florida, and DeSantis is moving in ways that his father moved. A lot of people don't know about that. As
Oh yeah,
far
we know.
as
Listen. They ain't doing nothing they have not done already. The white supremacists are one trick ponies, man. They
yes,
are
sir.
not doing to us that they have not already done, man. They've played their one trick. Their trick is to harm us any way they can or any way we allow them to. Lynchings, they've been doing that for the longest, man. If they can get in where they fit in, they can do it. Our reaction has to be different. Our codification has to be different, and we're getting more codified to checkmate a lot of this stuff. So we just got to be on our square, and we're gonna be fine. We just got to be codified. Enough of us has to be codified. Um, well, so let's get JoJo in here.
What's going on, Tariq? How you doing, brother?
Brother Joe, how you doing, man? I'm good.
I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to see that you are, you're in good hands, man. I wanted to give you a shout out, man, and commend you for, standing up and making sure that you represent foundational Black Americans as the lineage, and speaking on lineage-based reparations because it's very important. I wanted to touch base on two things, right, that happened at that task force hearing today, because there's some misinformation going on, in these Twitter spaces, right?
Yeah,
And the brothers that were that was supposedly kicked out, they actually were upset because the white woman came up there and spoke, and they didn't get a chance to speak, so they were upset. But the lady Friday Jones, remember we had that, you had that YouTube about those paid people that were getting into the reparations movement, and they were talking about Liberation Ventures and George Soros and all of them. Well,
yeah,
that's the sister that was supposedly, she claims to be a part of those organizations, because if you watch that video, she actually told those people to stand up that represent those organizations, right? And
mhm,
we already kind of like did the homework and seen that these people were funded through Liberation Ventures. So it was like there was an attack on you, bro. Like, I'm glad you had your security there, bro. You're a very
yeah.
smart individual, man, because that didn't look good, man, at all. But at the end of the day, the message was clear as day, man. And I'm gonna land my plane.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. Today there was some weirdo shit that popped off that we nipped in the bud real fast though, because I already expected some oppie type stuff. Yeah, that Friday Jones, and I don't know that Friday Jones. I just she announced her name today, but she kind of a fat chick. She came in with one kind of husky, little moist looking dude, and like a little skinny hood rat. So they came in and they sat like in front of me, and they sat there for like an hour. Didn't say nothing. They sat there for an hour, and they saw me there. And I don't know who they are, and I'm chilling, and I got I'm surrounded. I got my hitters positioned, and with the task force, they started having phone calls first. They say we're going to do the phone calls, and then we'll have the people speak in person. So you had a few phone calls go on. This went on for damn near an hour, and then a call came through, and it was the Friday chick who was sitting in the audience. She called while she was sitting in the audience, so she stand up babbling, making a scene, being disruptive, just plebiscite babbling, and just kind of going on. And they're telling her, hey, you're out of order. You can't call and be in the audience, ma'am. And she's talking over them and yelling at them and talking reckless. And then the dude next to her, he stands up and they're kind of gesticulating and doing all this stuff. And she's like, yeah, my organization put in all this work. And no, she's babbling and nobody really knows what she's talking about. So she's yelling at the task force people. And then, and I'm like, okay, these are some clearly oppie ass people. And then her and the dude turn to me, and I'm sitting down, and they were like, yeah, people in this audience, they're gonna have to put some respect on my name. Yeah, you gonna put they pointing at me. I'm sitting in the audience like, who the hell are they pointing at? You gonna have to put some respect on my name. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking like, who the hell are you people? And the dude, he's snapping his fingers, pointing, yeah, Tariq. I'm like, what the hell? What the? It was some old get your hand out my pocket type of thing. It was, dude, this is how I'm telling you how crazy it was. They just started yelling at me in the middle of the reparations thing. Oppie as hell. This was some agent provocative. So this dude yelling, I'm like, nigga, who are you talking to? So I'm standing up like, come here, come up here, dude. No, you got them security. If you ain't had them security, nigga. So I'm about to climb over the chairs to slap him in the mouth. I'm about to climb over. They're holding me back. And thankfully, some of the brothers and sisters from Oakland, shout out to them, they came up to me, they got in my ear. They were like, listen, Tariq, listen, don't trip on them, brother. They do this. These are ops. These are paid disruptors. You don't give them no energy, brother. Don't give them no energy. They do this all the time. Don't even trip, brother. So I said, all right, I got it. I'm not gonna trip. So I chilled, and thankfully I did. Everything got calm, but I just chilled. They let me know what the deal was. I said, okay, got it. And everything ran smooth. We said what we had. I said what I had to say, because if I had got down in them seats, I would have had to leave. They would have made me leave. So thankfully, the brothers and sisters from the town were able to holler at me and let me know what the deal was. These are some ops. You don't take them seriously. Hey, we know what hey, this is what they do, so don't even trip on it. But I'm like, damn, the ops in here like that. But just instinctively, I got some random fool that I don't know. I don't know these niggas from a can of paint kind of yelling at me. So instinctively, okay, I'm gonna defend myself. So I'm thinking like that. And I already got hitters around. I'm surrounded by hitters, so it wasn't gonna be no sneak shit at all. So I was as prepared as I could be. But I'm glad the brothers and sisters who were there put me up on game and let me know what was up, and then everything ran smooth. So again, I commend the brothers and sisters in Oakland for being able to play past the obvious agent provocateurs that's placed in there. Y'all played past them masterfully. Y'all had the energy like, hey, we see what y'all niggas are doing. We're still going to be focused on what we need to talk about. So that was a master class right there, man. I really take my hat off to the brothers and sisters in the town for not falling for the okie doke, not falling for the banana in the tailpipe, and for putting me up on game, to be honest, because I was about to fuck everything up. Yeah, people are commending me for speaking eloquently, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna be transparent. I was about to fuck it up today. I was about to mess everybody's reparations up. I'm sorry. Nobody was gonna get no money. I was about to just fuck all of the money up, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. Because if I got down them stairs, I was gonna slap the living shit out of that dude. But thankfully, the brothers and sisters from the town got in my ear, kept it real player. And again, y'all know I got all my game from the town, man. I've always hung around Bay Area players. I've always hung around them guys. They've always laced me with game. They would lace me with game back in the day. So, I'm glad they were able to pull me to the side and pull my coattail, man. That's why I rock with the town. That's why I rock with them heavy. And everything ran smooth, and the recommendations, everything has been okayed. So now they're going to take it to the next level and send it to the governor. So everything is looking good. Everything is looking good. Let's get Sir Major. I ain't talked to Sir Major's ass in a long time. What's going on, Sir Major? What's up, bro? How you doing,
Man,
man?
I'm doing good, man. I haven't been on here in a while. I've been on Clubhouse, but listen, man, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you didn't do anything that have you in a compromising position. I want you to remind yourself this, man. You've been on the scene for quite some time. You gotta remind yourself this. Some niggas is looking for a payday. So if you slap a
Yeah,
nigga, you now they got a payday. So that's really what
yeah,
that's what that was. It's some broke dusties who looking for a payday, tired of eating ramen noodles, and they trying to have a steak this
yeah,
weekend. So,
yeah,
so that's what it was. But I saw the video, heard what you had to say. You did
yeah.
a profound job. Keep doing your thing,
Yes,
and
sir.
man, listen, don't work. Keep your security with you. I mean, you got to move like the
Yes,
president. You got to move like the president. I'm telling you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My man, thank you so much, man. As Jay Prince said, man, you got to put some protection on your ass. As Jay Prince said, hey, man, if you out here, if you got any kind of influence or any kind of status, man, you better put some protection on your ass. And that's real talk. Let's get Avon, and then we're gonna get Willie. Avon, and then Willie. All right. What's up, Avon?
Yo, what's up, Flex?
What's up, brother Avon?
Hey, was that a tether you had to deal with today, man?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where they were from, man. It was just some. They were clearly some ops, though. They were sent in by them folks to disrupt everything and to try to derail everything, and it didn't work. So thank goodness for that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good news, man. I support everything you do, man. Been a huge follower for a while. Got my girl bought me all the hidden colors way back then. So salute.
man, man. I respect that, man. Thank you so much, brother. Let's get brother Willie in here. Let's get Willie, brother Willie.
Peace, brother Tariq. This is Racer Bro,
What's up?
aka Willie Dynamite. What's happening, player?
Yes, sir. I'm good, man. How you doing, fam?
I'm good, brother. I just wanted to speak real quick about our good brother Jordan Nilly and that whole situation. You've been in New York City before, and I'm a native New Yorker, born and raised. And the thing is that what's going on when you see these situations, such as our good brother Jordan Nilly, such as the situation with this propaganda, with the Asian hate crimes, with these people running around in certain areas with red hats and pink hoodies, even to our good rest in peace, our good brother Eric Gardner. These particular situations are not happening in the Black community up here in New York City. These places, and also even with that tether that's running around here, berating people claiming to be FBA, and he's obviously not. He has an accent. If anybody hears the videos that have been going around viral, all of these things are taking.
Who is he?
I'm still working on that, brother. Really, to be honest with you, I don't even think he's from the city. You got to realize the tri-state area is connected to Connecticut, New Jersey. So you do have non-FBA enclaves in these spaces, and these dudes come back and forth in the city all the time and do these little shenanigans. But to make it
Okay.
clear, to make it clear, to make my point, these things are not happening in our neighborhoods. If you notice, this is not happening in the heart of Bed-Stuy. This is not happening even in the Black neighborhoods in the South Bronx. This is not happening in the middle of Harlem. This mainly happens in Lower Manhattan or Manhattan within itself. So I just wanted to point that out and make that clear that these are definitely controlled environments where these things are taking place. And I land my plane, brother. Thank you.
Good point. Okay, thank you. But yeah, my man made a good point because I know my way around New York a little bit, but yeah, that's a good point. A lot of times, a lot of stuff like that does happen in areas where there's not a lot of FBAs. Where there's not a lot of FBAs, a lot of that stuff happens. And I noticed there were a lot of white people on that train and non FBAs, and there was a few tethers on there. So my man makes a good point. Let's get Max in here. Let's get Max. Let's get Max. What's up, Max?
How's it going?
I'm good, Max. What's going on?
Yeah, man. I was traveling all day today. I was able to tune into the task force meeting. I saw those people go at you. That was C-Jack people. I think that was Friday Jones that went at you. And then I saw that those Cicada tribe members got kicked out of the space. I wasn't surprised about that. But my biggest thing is that we really need to be figuring out what number it is that we're going to push. Right? If they're saying that we're owed $1
Yeah.
million, we need to tell them that we're owed $1 million. I'm on the record saying $350,000. That comes to $5,000 a month, $70,000 a year, right? So the reparations, like those Cicada tribe members, it was a clown show today, and everyone should have been on code with saying how much money we're owed today. Dudes are getting kicked out of the meeting, right? Whereas we should have been saying, hey, $350,000, $5,000 a month, $70,000 a year, or is it $1 million? But people are showing up making the clown show. I see people are attacking you, the C-Jack people that were paid $40,000, right? No one knows where that money really went, right? So, today, like, was very disappointing to a lot of us, and it in certain people are shouldn't be a part of this movement. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, they, I'm sorry, the tribe members, you shouldn't be a part of this movement because you're ruining it for all this. And today it should have been how much money we're owed.
Okay. All right, man. But thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of the focus should be, yeah. Look, people start arguing about the dollar amount, and I've said, man, look, it could be a sliding scale anywhere between 300K and 5 million a person. So let's start there. It can be somewhere in between there, 300K and 5 million. Because what I don't want to do is start getting into arguments. Somebody say it's a million. Oh, a million, that ain't enough. I suffered. Let's start somewhere. We got to start somewhere. Let's not just go all over. Let's start somewhere. We got to start at a number. Let's not argue about the damn number incessantly. Let's start at a number. Let's pick a number because we ain't got shit now. So let's pick a number and then we'll start. All right. All right. That's the most important thing. Starting at a number. Don't sit there because that's another time wasting tactic too. You got to watch people who want to argue the number because those are ops. Many of them are ops. You better understand there's certain people who pretend that they're concerned about the number, but the real job is to waste time and disrupt. You better watch that too. Because when you say, hey, let's we want to get $1 million per person. Oh, hold on now. Hold on. I got something to say. First of all, my name is Jimmy Bell Ray. I am a third descendant of Frederick Douglass and Sojourner Truth. And I say $1 million is not enough because I have suffered. I had fought in Vietnam. I was a Black Panther member. I was part of the Negro Leagues, and I was a part of the Tuskegee experiment, and I got syphilis. And I say I need $40 million to clear this syphilis up and also to get my baseballs back because the white man stole my baseballs from Negro Leagues, and I need 40 million. That's stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? That's time wasting, man. That's a bunch of time wasting, not tethered babble, but troll babble. Niggas ain't trying to do nothing. They're just trying to waste time. So we don't want to get into that. We had a little bit of that today, by the way, at the thing. You had some civil rights, a couple of civil rights babbles, but some of the elders were speaking truth to power. Some of them were speaking truth to power, but you got to watch some of the people who just kind of want to waste time. And then it was some stuff where they were, one of the older brothers went up there and they were taking personal shots at each other and they were going after Kamala Harris. One brother got up there, Kamala Harris is a hoe. What the hell? They were just saying anything. It got crazy today. It was all over the place. But let me get my brother Afro Elite in. Afro Elite, hop on, brother. I'm good, Afro. How you doing, fam?
The first thing I want to say, I think the structure was a little weird to have the callers call in first, then have the people speak in person. I feel like the people should have spoke
Yeah.
in person and then let them leave and then have people call in. That I felt like that was backwards. But I want to ask you, I don't know if you like stuck around or noticed, did you see how later on in the meeting how they tried to walk back the lineage exclusive reparations where they were talking about well, it's going to be difficult for people to trace their lineage back. We have to loosen the language up a little bit. And they had like a vote just in the middle of the meeting. They had a vote about loosening the language in the stipulations about it being you have to trace your lineage back. So I'm starting to see they'll say it's lineage based and you have to prove your lineage, and then they'll say, oh, it's just too difficult for us to prove our lineage because some people homeless or whatever excuse they're making. And I feel like they're trying to loosen up the stipulations or the requirements to invite more people in later on.
Yeah, and I think that got shut down, and the vote was basically we're going to keep it at lineage based. You be able to trace your lineage back before the 1900s. So I think that went on and got pushed through. And that's why when I spoke, I just got right to the point. And the first thing I said was lineage, lineage, lineage. We have to keep this thing on lineage. So, the language is very important. But thank you so much, brother. Yeah, man, that's why, look, as when I got up there, I just got right to the point because I knew my time was limited and I was just getting cooking. The first thing I said, hey man, this has to be lineage based. Let's not waver off the lineage. Let's not try to make this a reparations claim for race or anything. This has to be a lineage based reparations package for foundational Black Americans, because if we open it up to race, that's going to open the door for all of these other groups and that's going to undermine us. So we have to keep our square on that thing. All right, let's get Just Read Up. Let's get Just Read Up. What's up, Nikki the God? I see you, dear. Just Read Up. Where you at? Well, what happened to you, brother? Whoops. Let me see. Let's get Not Playing That. All right, let's get Not Playing That in here. What's up, Not Playing That?
Hi, good evening. You know,
Hello, how are you?
I loved you today. Thank you for just holding it down and getting it in that 2 minutes. But I'm also one of the ones that mentioned the $5 million. We've been actually
Okay.
working on this issue for the last 15 years and couldn't really get no push because we were dealing with the Dr. Amos Browns, Maxine Waters. Now we couldn't get no push, and then, God leads us in the right direction at the right time. But the reason
Mm-hmm.
and how we came up with that $5 million in the Bay Area to set this pattern to let them know we're not playing. We didn't just throw this number out in the Bay Area. It wasn't until 1946 that Black folks could buy a home. A Black person couldn't become a teacher until 1949. We couldn't even go to school in certain areas in San Francisco. And the whole thing about Archie Lee, that there definitely was all this, slavery in California. But particularly in the
Yeah.
Bay Area, there were so many things in place that stopped Black people from being able to prosper, that number definitely is not enough, but it's definitely a start because they ran this whole reparations thing for the Asians, did it in 37 days. They've got all these influx of these immigrants, and then you think about the immigrants who crossed the border illegally, right? And they
Yeah.
detained them for,
Yes.
what was it, 18, well, technically 2 years, 18 months to 2 years. They came up with a $450,000 per child per parent in each family,
Yep.
not per family, but each person. How is it that we keep
Yep.
apologizing for setting an amount that will at least get us a start? And that's not just one payment, it would be ongoing payments. But look at what they paid these Indians who are still getting paid. They average
Yep.
anywhere between what, 10 and 15,000 a month, and have been getting that. And when they die, it goes to the next of kin. Why are we
Mm-hmm.
apologizing and soft pedaling and asking for what we are rightfully due?
Real talk. Sister, you nailed everything right on the money, sister. Thank you.